being a feeder league to Overwatch League, and these are the kind of games that help you prove that you are worthy of that level of play.
Well, we're going to see if WGS can prove themselves worthy. Something I want to mention that we didn't quite have time to bring up before, Yaki is actually going to be in for RunAway, right? They did drop Shui. He's no longer on the roster, so expect to see a lot more of Yaki. His Pharah has been phenomenal, and we see him roll out on it first and foremost. Not really a huge surprise.
And this is a pretty standard opening for RunAway. Actually, on Ruins, the Pharah, Widowmaker, Hisu, Yaki playing now. It has been Shui in the past, but as you highlighted there, Shui obviously no longer on this roster. WGS, they spouted out. Oh boy, GableC getting so weak. They're forced to give a lot of resources. Hack comes out from Ace.
Oh, it denies the grapple for Hisu. He can't get away, so everybody has to run back and pocket Hisu, and that gives WGS control of the point momentarily. NOCA's got to be a little bit careful how he plays this. Does manage to find the kill onto Hisu as he tries to find that angle. So now RunAway, they don't quite have the same kind of pressure, but a barrage might change that. GableC going down, so a lot of spam damage now going to be connecting where it might not have been before, but Yaki kind of just has to hide right now. The Coalescence forcing him out, and Noah finishes that off as WGS get the point for free.
There's nothing funnier than playing up against the Moira who has you in a place you can't escape. As you try desperately to avoid the grass, the biotic grass, but RunAway there.
Tickled to death.
Yeah, Hisu's actually going to switch off the Widow. Hisu actually took a very aggressive position in that last fight, trying to find that pick off, and unfortunately gets focused down. Really good play by NOCAS to close it out. And now you're walking into an EMP, and you don't really have anything to kind of play against it.
Yep, EMP just going to get on to 4 players of RunAway for free. Hisu not going to be living very long. Yet again, Noah just taking out the DPS of RunAway.
WGS needs to close this fight out now, though.
WGS does need to actually connect onto these kills a little bit quicker. The ante onto WGS gives RunAway a bit of an opening. Noah going down. That's a lot of healing off the board that WGS were kind of relying on, and RunAway still in this fight for the moment.
No, at this point in time, though, this is where RunAway has to, run away. They're getting a kill on Valentine,
but Valentine goes down. NOCA's kind of caught out here.
The biggest thing, though, is if RunAway loses this fight, the map is over. This is a very calculated final. They don't get any final blows from any of those ultimates. Hisu does have the EMP. This is their win condition now. But if you can stall this out long enough, WGS is going to be up to one of their own. This is going to be on to Overwatch to try to avoid this EMP. RunAway, a miscalculation, I think, there. They thought they had a bigger advantage than they actually did.
We're going to have to find an advantage now. They only have that EMP. It does connect onto 3, but the sound barrier not even needed as of yet. Overwatch gets to hang on to it as long as he feels like, and 6-man EMP going the other direction. Lee Jae-gong caught out. The rest of RunAway barely holding on to life right now, and they can't hold on to the point. 100-0 in the first round.
Yeah, that was a miscalculation from RunAway. I think they thought they had a better advantage than they actually did. And WGS, yes, they aren't to the top of our rankings. We highlighted that, but this is still a strong team with strong players. And WGS, they took it to RunAway in round number 1. That was honestly a real play where they were down 2, and it looked really good for them. And then WGS kites it back. They avoid the deaths. Really smart play there from WGS to close out round 1.
Well, and it's worth noting too, WGS not exactly rolling out on something that you'd expect. On paper, you look at it as tank, 3 support Sombra, you say, oh, it's the 3-2-1, but instead of like a Winston or a Reinhardt, it was the Wrecking Ball. Now, what did that give WGS? Because it seemed to work.
Well, I mean, the other thing to know is that RunAway opens up with a DPS composition quite a bit, right? Sure. They open up with that Widow Pharah, and Wrecking Ball is less, he has less problems against Widowmaker than some of the other tanks, right? Winston has been touted for the longest time in Overwatch as a Widowmaker sort of counter, but that's not really the case, especially
not if you're a good Widowmaker.
Exactly. At this level where you have some fantastic Widowmakers, you can hit shots after shots on the Winston, and it really isn't really much that you can do. On the Wrecking Ball, though, no crit box when he's in ball form, so it can really chase that down. And once you get rolling, pun definitely intended here, you can build to those minefields. That's, you know, some crowd control that you have control over again. And so I like the Wrecking Ball. I just think that, you know, Wrecking Ball was initially a scout against RunAway, knowing what they open up with, and he just stayed on it because it was just working. So
that makes sense.
It's a smart one. Exactly. And I have to say, I think the biggest difference there though was the fact that Hisu's EMP, they're their only win condition in a last fight situation, didn't catch much of anything. Then, you know, the counter EMP from WGS from Ace was a lot more effective. So RunAway, that was a strange fight from RunAway, one that I don't think they should have taken, ends up punishing them.
Well, in WGS, you know, like you said, all they had to do was play around the EMP last fight, right? They just split themselves. They give RunAway a little bit of bait onto their tank line, which they knew would survive if it had the resources of the healing, right? You know, of the supports.
Right.
Works out pretty well. Now RunAway rolling out on a triple DPS. Gangnam Jin actually, no.
Switching back to armor.
I got baited.
Yes, you did.
That's twice today. Disappointed in myself, Lafon.
Control is one of those maps.
I was going back again.
This is you know, this is
I've heard this called spawn chess.
Yes.
It's not auto chess, folks. It's spawn chess.
Was it Avast that came up with that? ZP and Avast?
I believe so. Something like that.
Oh boy.
RunAway.
Gangnam Jin.
Not gonna come up with much of anything though, except actually, you know, they do get a kill onto Ace, and Enocast taking a lot of damage as well. He's got to wait to re-engage, and RunAway gets control of the objective while he does. Now he's getting stunned out. Does manage to get a ton of cleave damage, though. So RunAway, they have to be careful. They're losing a lot of health, but it doesn't seem like WGS can really make something of this for the moment.
Yeah, the biggest problem there is that WGS are unable to convert their healing advantage into actual final blows, right? The fact that it gets sustained through a ton of damage just means that RunAway now has better ultimate economy. And so now RunAway, yes, they lose, you know, they lose Gangnam Jin, but if you don't take a ton of damage.
That's a very deep dive from Enocast. He gets EMP'd, and an EMP'd Primal Age Monkey is just 1,000 health ult battery. Does manage to get away, surprisingly enough. RunAway, they don't opt to chase him down because they don't really need to, right? DJ Gong going down does present a little bit of a problem. He was very close to the sound barrier, and if Mag can't find anything with his Primal, that could have been a way that RunAway sustained. Now with Gangnam Jin going down too, there's not much healing available for RunAway, and there was none now as they get anti-nated. Well, the two main players taken down yet again, and WGS clean it on up.
The one saving grace there for RunAway is the stall that they got. They're going to get to that 70-ish, 60-ish% mark, sorry, as they also build a ton of their ultimates. So WGS, not a clean fight exit. They struggle to really convert the kills. And I think now one of my prediction right now is that EMP's win rate is slowly going down as teams are just kiting away when they get EMP, and as WGS did there. Hisu does have another one, though, as it's an EMP versus EMP fight here.
Oh, Ace denies the health pack. There's that EMP, though. Overwatch does manage to hide, so WGS sustain for the moment. But keep in mind, they have to get back to this objective. RunAway have set themselves up. Oh, booked off the map! Enocast! Overwatch actually getting the one for LeGday gone. Enocast throwing Gangnam Jin off just for good measure. And WGS deny RunAway their entry into the fight.
Oh my goodness, Overwatch, a hero. The EMP gets denied by the sound barrier, then denies the sound barrier for himself. What a play there from the Lucio from WGS. LeGday gone, a long fall off a short cliff. And the fight ends in WGS's favor. Mag looking for engagement here.
He's gonna have to run away from the self-destruct though. And he leaves Gangnam Jin kind of out to dry. He has to just hide on the point. And even though the flip comes through for RunAway, they're running at a disadvantage right now. Mag has to come up with the goods. He does get the knockoff here onto Valentine. So it's now a 5v5. Even fight, and Mag is going to work to clean it up even more. Little precarious there on the edge, but he's going to get the work done. The Winston coming up clutch for RunAway as they keep themselves in the map.
That was a mistake from WGS there. They lose control of the point. In this particular situation, it actually is a disaster because now we're in last fight territory. You know, 90% on the marker, and WGS doesn't have much to work with. They committed to that fight because they thought they had a win condition. Didn't, and now they actually might just not be able to win this point out at all.
AVRL has to just dive into the objective, take so much damage, DMAC immediately as the rest of WGS just walks into Hisu's EMP. Counter EMP coming through, 1 kill onto Gangnam Jin, but shouldn't be enough here to swing the fight, especially with Overwatch just having to sit on the point and die. Not much WGS can really do here, except accept the fact that we're going to a third round.
All right, we're 1-1 both in map score and in fights that should have been ended sooner. WGS, right? It comes down to that point. They have control of it. They let RunAway take control. And, you know, a fight that was even in terms of ultimates usually favors the team that is in control of the point. And so giving it up like that is a real problem for WGS. We are 1-1 here on Ilios, headed to well. And WGS looks like they're electing to...
Don't. It spawns, lafon. I got baited. I can't sit by and let you get baited. RunAway, however, this is a composition I believe they could roll out on.
I really hope WGS rolls out on this, because it would be... They're not changing.
I swear.
There's still time.
It could be a scout. No, actually, with Overwatch going onto the Mercy, this is triple DPS here for WGS. Not terribly surprising, right? A lot of spam here for WGS. They were maybe expecting an Orisa from RunAway here,
but the thing is, here on well, yeah, but here on well too, right? This is still really bad against the it's really good against the 3-3 because you can't really force a fight on point because of all the displacement that's available, right? And with all the spam, you take so much damage trying to enter.
Yeah, RunAway finding that out right now, although it's a nice rotation, just catches Noah completely off guard here.
A good hack.
Didn't get the point, but at what cost? They're losing their supports, they're losing their players. Hisu just chucks himself into the air and hacks Valentine. Afar on the floor is not much value whatsoever, and RunAway are going to clean this up.
WGS are going to switch here. But RunAway there, Hisu, a hero, kills Noah, hacks Overwatch and kills him. And then, you know, hacks the Pharah so there's no spam in the air coming through. Hisu almost single-handedly taking that fight back from WGS.
Halfway to an EMP, too. Good way to deny WGS any kind of value in an extended fight. RunAway having just clear ult economy in their favor because, like you said, WGS had to swap. Kiwo keep getting hacked, is kind of an ult battery right now, but doesn't really give WGS a way into this fight reliably, especially as now Mag with the nano is dealing so much damage to them. A little bit of a trade, but Mag's gonna be okay with this. He's juggling him in this tiny little room. That's exactly where the monkey wants you. He's just gonna throw you all into the walls. 3 kills for the Primal Raging Winston of Mag, and gotta give it up to him. He's been kind of a monster today.
I mean, one of the best main tanks in the region. I think it's fair to say, you know, you could definitely make...
Gangnam Jin. Yeah. I'm done with this Sombra in particular.
Yeah. All right, RunAway. They hold up here, and now, you know, they didn't even really have to use that much if you think about it. You know, Gangnam Jin switches over to Zen, so RunAway, they still have the EMP work here, and WGS are walking into it, so...
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a roughly speaking, what a EMP from Ace.
Early EMP from Ace. Does catch Gangnam Jin, but the rest of WGS is EMP'd, but it's enough of an opening with Gangnam Jin going down for WGS to sustain momentarily. Anakas ever so low, manages to get the Primal Rage off, and now he's looking to cause some damage himself. He's been seeing Mag wreak havoc with the Winston, and Mag's like, okay, well, I'm done for now. You can have the point.
It is a 90% flip, though, so RunAway... Hisu, you know, EMPs after Gangnam Jin goes down. I'm not necessarily sure that was the right play, but you know, if you're hoping for a turnaround, right? You're hoping for a counter EMP that just gives you a quick return, but WGS doesn't fall for it. They continue their aggression and kind of clean up the fight. So here comes that hard dive. Hisu, wow, Translocator, yeah,
just removed from the server entirely. Now WGS. They've got this rally to sustain them. RunAway, they used one of their own, but they can't walk into a 5v6.
Yeah, the rally there is to counter-engage, but of course, with Hisu going down, there's no real engagement for RunAway, so WGS are down one more tool in this next fight. Ace is ahead of Hisu in the EMP. This could help WGS to close it out here. Hisu, again, so much spam being taken.
Does get forced out, though, so he's not going to be able to use that EMP immediately. Ace is going to have to come back into this fight and try to find an EMP in the chaos, but WGS are already losing members. Enocast down, Gable sees hacked. There's the EMP, does connect onto 3, but who's there to follow up on it when the self-destruct from QOQ?
And they let the point flip again!
RunAway have managed to flip the point mid-fight, and they're just sticking together so well now that the threat of the EMP is off the board. They make their way back to the point. It's 99% for RunAway, and it was looking a little bit hairy for them, but it does seem like they're going to be able to stabilize and close out this match.
Oh, Hiroshi gets 1 kill, but it's swiftly followed by his death.
Here.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Enocast, 7% from the Primal. That might have been a way back in, but it's just a matter of time before RunAway clean this up. They're just going to push on forward. Even a rally can't sustain you through everyone on the enemy team coming forward and focusing you down. So Tracer's dancing around the point. It's just a matter of time, like I said.
Right, and here the hack comes in.
They're trying, though. WGS, never say die.
No, never say die.
Enocast has the Primal now. Gets Mag into the pit, but there we go. Finally, RunAway closed it out. They get their first win on Ilios and deny WGS a chance to get theirs.
That was, those last fights are always funny because, like, you know how they're going to end, and it's you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, essentially, so.
Pretty much.
WGS, unfortunately for them, they do not get a win on Ilios, but they've looked really competitive.
The shoe just gets chucked out a window for them,
yeah.
right? Instead of
Yeah.
stopping where they needed to. But, you know, it wasn't... It was competitive, like you said,
Yeah.
right? It wasn't WGS just rolling over. RunAway had to fight pretty tooth and nail for that.
Yeah, that Lucio flying by to get a boop off and then dying is actually so funny. Oh man, WGS looking to even it up in our next map though, and you know, I think RunAway need to clean up just a little bit more.
Well, we'll see who keeps it clean after a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with Paris in just a minute. Welcome back. It was a pretty contested first map, but RunAway managed to run away with it. I promise that's the only one I'll make tonight. I promise.
No, it's not. He will say it again. I guarantee he will say it again.
I will try my best not to, but let's talk about the match instead of my bad puns, because it was pretty close on Ilya.
I think, I mean, it was really, well, not on the first round, it wasn't. Ruins was entirely WGS, 100-0. And I think WGS...
Maybe just warm it up a little bit.
Yeah, but I think WGS, but for a few mistakes, would have... You can say that about pretty any team, but I think here, WGS, though, we talk them... You know, we talk RunAway up a ton, but I think WGS, they're showing, you know, that they deserve to be in Contenders Korea. Here's our map pool. As you can see, 2-1 on Ilios. We're headed to Assault next, and Paris will be the look.
And something worth noting for Assault, just to set everyone's expectations, RunAway, thus far, undefeated on Assault.
Right.
WGS, yet to have a win on Assault.
Yeah.
So this could be bad. Now, that being said, Paris has yet to come up in the map pool for either of these teams, right? They've played Volskaya and Anubis each once.
Yep.
But have yet to make the trip over to France. We're going to see how they deal with Paris and all of its wackiness, its intense choke points in just a moment.
Yeah, you know, we just saw Paris earlier today in the in the Ellen Mystic versus Gen G game where Gen G brought out.
Do you think we're going to see another
No,
double main tank goats?
I mean, double main tank we might.
With the Orisa?
Double main tank we might. Yeah, the Orisa, you run the Orisa Winston instead of the Reinhardt.
Okay, fine.
But, you know, we may see that. But I will say that the flavor we saw from Gen G is unique to Gen G. And we'll see how WGS close it out. But, you know, the defense on Paris, it tends to trend towards bunker, right? Tends towards the lack of mobility, the spam, because you have those intense choke points, as you mentioned, and to walk through them, you're walking to a ton of damage. You can't really make clean rotations.
Can rotate here through the pastry cafe.
Speaking of pastry cafes,
hopefully not ruining the goods as you go by. French pastries are
quite tasty.
Yeah, they're quite tasty here. You know what
unhealthy
else is tasty?
for you though. But...
No, I'm not. I actually can't. Bunker, not tasty, or tasty. Depends on your opinion.
No, I mean bunker is a composition.
It's a composition WGS is running. That was probably our most scuffed transition of the night. I'm gonna be real.
It's actually morning for me, so you have an excuse. I do.
Oh, that's true. Well, I guess it's morning here now too, but we're gonna be seeing if RunAway can actually push their way through. They're just gonna be running 3-3, but with the Moira, they want to make these rotations safely and
very
heal
clean entry
through this poke damage. They do get a clean entry. Gangnam Jin takes some damage, but he's Moira. Just throw an orb, heal that up.
Yeah. RunAway now control the police station, but again, this is not a terrific place for them. Ooh, asleep on QOQ, he gets hacked!
Yeah, he gets hacked. That's their damage mitigation gone in large.
But they do get the
Valentine
bubble.
already 80% of the way, 90% of the way to the barrage.
There it is.
Online before RunAway touched the point.
Yep. Now, RunAway are staring down the barrel of a rocket launcher.
Well, they're gonna have a coalescence.
Oh, the halt.
Barrage is out. The halt nearly gets RunAway to get cleaned up there, but the only thing going down is the mech of QOQ, and that is more than worth it if you're RunAway right now. Enocast in a lot of trouble. He's just getting rotated onto entirely, though.
He's
getting
slept,
slept. Yaki going down. EMP coming out. WGS are going to weather the storm here. They give up 2 ticks, but RunAway can't finish the job.
No, they can't. They do get a little bit more progress as well, but as Mag goes down, this is not terrible actually for WGS, because they stagger that kill out onto Mag for so long that they're actually going to be able to get a full team reset before, you know, that's always the concern when you lose a fight as the defensive team on point A. Will you be able to reset? But with a delay on Mag, you absolutely will. And now RunAway, you know, they used so much in that fight, but they didn't really get a fight win. WGS, frankly, didn't use a whole lot.
And look how long that rotation took them.
Oh, and they get halted into the molten core.
Halted into the molten core. Mag is going to be able to sustain through it, and RunAway do have some support ults coming up online. They just have to wait, heal themselves up in the police station right now, praying that they don't take too much poke. Both support ults now coming out. RunAway have to connect onto something right now, and they get EMP'd again. H relentless with the charge on that EMP right there. Valentine's now got the barrage up too. If QOQ's not careful with his defense matrix, this is a huge opening.
There's the hack.
Yeah, the hack. Oh, Mag gonna go down here. WGS do have to stand on the objective though, and that is where RunAway wants them. It's still trades going out either way. Res does come out onto Valentine. A lot of damage still available for WGS, and you can't say the same about RunAway. That was an optimistic grab, Hisu, and it's not going to net you anything but a sore feeling going home to spawn.
Oh, that was some very fortunate time for WGS though, because if that self-destruct had gone through a half second earlier, the shield would have broken, and RunAway would be looking at a point opening here. But again, WGS, they stabilized through it, and RunAway, they use their key ultimates. Now, walking in, they have Earth Shatter and Coalescence, and that's it.
And they can't make the same safe rotation they have been. It takes too long. They're going to have to run it straight down the middle, most likely, or send someone in desperation to point as a human sacrifice.
30 seconds remaining, and they're walking to the molten core, but about half of it's eaten up by QOQ.
Does deny most of the damage there.
Yeah.
But it's just more time off the clock. We're down to sub 30 seconds.
Mag is so
now.
weak!
Mag dead.
Hisu dead as well.
Weaker than that. Valentine cleaning up RunAway. Who cares if he gets slept? He's just gonna destroy RunAway.
And now this is RunAway.
I don't think anyone touches lafon.
Yeah, no, they don't. Mag's the first one to be alive. QOQ's going to make the desperation switch here, but you're going into an EMP. Can you even touch?
No.
You can't?
That's a full hold. WGS. We set the stakes as they had yet to win Assault, but if that's not a beautiful win condition, I don't know what is.
Now, tempered expectations. Point A on Paris is incredibly difficult to crack.
True.
And
it's funky.
RunAway did build progress. So
there is an opportunity for a fuller hold.
Yep.
That is true. That being said,
man, now Farah just
RunAway didn't look that adaptable, right? And
right.
I feel like there were opportunities for RunAway to counter swap the composition WGS was running. You can try and spam it out. There's an argument that you could even try and dive it. I don't think it would work necessarily very well. But, you know, there's compositional things RunAway could have done there, and they just
I think the other thing, too,
stuck in that one rotation every time.
And the other thing too is that it's not like WGS really had that clean of a bunker composition, right? At times they bent quite heavily, and I think one more kill in any fight, one more elimination in any fight, and WGS breaks.
In all fairness, though, there is a difference between bending and breaking, and WGS handled it to the limit of that bend, right? They seem to really know what space they could give, who they could lose, and where. And it worked out well for them, and now RunAway, they're gonna try. It is double main tank, but it's a Bastion bunker, and this can certainly be counterable.
Today I've learned that Baptiste reloads his gun from his back. He takes something out of his backpack and puts it in his weapon to heal. That's something I just learned. So.
Well, I'm glad I learned something about Overwatch from you, even if it wasn't of much substance.
Hey, those are little fun factoids. But you've seen this composition. You know exactly what it is. I saw it just the other day when I was playing Paris myself. It's bunker
on the East Coast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is going to be the Bastion. WGS likely going to try and spam this one out for the moment. Actually, they're running the double sniper with the halt? Triple tanks. The halt, a lot of damage going down. WGS managed to keep everybody alive. Gabolsi with a fraction of his mech remaining.
No halt hook combo.
No halt hook.
Obviously,
the anti, though, just stalls more time out.
WGS are looking for that one fight where they can get a good halt hook. Nothing doing there. And Noah gets hacked. Sorry, Noah gets hacked.
A little far forward to try and get that hook off.
Please.
Look, he's just having fun.
I mean,
he gets to point and he gets to clip. It's a good time.
It's like a point-and-click adventure game.
You stole that joke from me.
Except there's no adventure happening, so no, I did not steal the joke.
The adventure is, can you pull off the fuller hold and give yourself a one-map win condition in this series? I think it's quite the adventure here.
There's that halt.
Noah taking a lot of damage, but it's worth it when you can get the hook on to Hisu like that. Now, WGS, they can march their way on forward, undeterred by a Bastion.
And RunAway has no resurrect, so here you have to likely nano mag. The EMP comes through.
EMP does come through. Nanocast caught his pants down a little bit in a spot that didn't really lend much cover to him. But even with this nano onto mag, he's not really getting a ton done. Okay, now he pops the primal. He does take out Valentine, so WGS, they're going to struggle to get in here, and Hisu's going to be back.
That was an expensive fight for WGS. RunAway, yes, it looks like it was expensive for them, but they still control the high ground, right? They still have their bunker set up. Here comes that halt hook. There's the kill.
Kill on the Gangnam Jin. They still have to worry about the Bastion who's popping out the configuration tank, but it's not necessarily getting the work done you need. A kill onto the Baby Diva is not worth your tank line and your healers. Hisu backing up. WGS haven't cracked this point yet, but they have given themselves a lot more space to work with.
Ace has been popping off quietly on the Widowmaker. Hisu does have the immortality field, so he ignores the Hamzah to his left. But now this is a problem. You know, WGS, they're in control. There comes the Valkyrie as well, looking for that final blow. Hisu gets hooked again.
He gets hooked and decimated by Noah. This is it. WGS are losing too many key players. LeGdaY is going to try to make up the deficit, but WGS are just sitting on the point. They have 3 tanks who can so easily sustain and get up to this capture percentage already. One tick taken. LeGdaY not able to stay alive. No one's going to be able to make a meaningful recontest here, and even with the pulse bomb onto Noah, you can't pulse bomb a Roadhog. He's just going to out-tank it. And just like series number 1, we head into the halftime with a tied game.
Man, WGS, they're saying, yes, we're... Oh, this is... You can see the halt there. The hook comes in as well. I like...
As hook's so nice, he did it twice.
Yeah, it's a montage of Hisu getting hooked and killed. That's unfortunate. For Hisu, anyway. No, but Noah played fantastic, I think, on the Roadhog and helped them close out this map. And, you know, I like the adaptation WGS made here, because despite the fact that several fights did not go their way, despite the fact that I don't think they really forced RunAway to use ultimates themselves, RunAway kind of beat themselves and WGS let them, right? That, you know, RunAway decides to commit too much to a fight and WGS says, thank you very much, we'll take the win.
And sometimes that's enough. We'll have to see if it'll be enough for the series after a quick halftime break, guys. We've already had 3 map 5s this week. I'm catching a whiff of another one, maybe around the corner, so make sure you stay tuned.